Hey everyone, this is Jason from Metal Arcade, and this is the brand new NVIDIA Shield. NVIDIA Shield is powered by Android TV and is one of the first set-top boxes capable of outputting 4K video. It's also capable of some seriously impressive gameplay performance thanks to its powerful Tegra X1 processor. In addition to playing Android games natively at 1080p, as well as a variety of emulators for retro consoles, the Shield has a game streaming service called GeForce Now, and the ability to stream your entire Steam library from your PC if you have a GeForce GTX graphics card. At $200, the NVIDIA Shield gives users access to a huge variety of content, streaming movies and TV through services like Netflix and Hulu in 4K, and featuring one of the largest game libraries available through its various services. The NVIDIA Shield has a very sleek, angular design to it. It looks really cool in person and has alternating glossy and matte black pieces. When I first opened up the box, I was actually surprised at how small the device is, and also how thin it is. It's only slightly wider than an iPhone. It looks great in an entertainment center and easily stands out among other game consoles like the PlayStation 4. Speaking of which, the PS4 looks absolutely massive next to the Shield. Overall, I'm very impressed by the look of the console, and also how NVIDIA has managed to make it so compact and lightweight despite its powerful hardware. Along the back of the device, you'll find the main exhaust port, as well as a micro SD card slot for up to 128 gigs of expandable storage. There's a micro USB 2.0 port, as well as two USB 3.0 ports. You can use these to plug in accessories like an Xbox 360 controller, a keyboard, an external hard drive, and of course to charge the remote and controller. Lastly, there's the gigabit Ethernet port, and the HDMI port, which can output at 4K at up to 60 frames per second. In the lower right corner of the device, there's a capacitive power button. A cool looking green LED lights up to let you know that the Shield is powered on. Included with the NVIDIA Shield is a really nice controller that looks and feels a lot like the Xbox 360 controller, which definitely isn't a bad thing. This controller can be used to navigate the interface menus, control media playback, and of course to play games. It has a matte black finish which provides a nice grip, and it's very comfortable to hold even during long gaming sessions. The Shield gamepad has a standard D-pad on the left side of the controller, as well as X, Y, A, and B buttons on the right side. The dual analog sticks have a rubberized coating, and their movement was precise even in fast-paced shooters like Modern Combat 5. On top of the controller, you've got a 3.5mm headphone jack, a micro USB port for charging the controller, and your left and right shoulder buttons. That headphone jack is very useful for late night gaming sessions when you don't want to disturb others around you. In the middle of the controller are your home, back, and forward buttons, as well as a capacitive NVIDIA button that activates voice search. The voice search works very well and picked up most of my speech flawlessly. It definitely saves a lot of time when compared to something like the PS4's on-screen keyboard, which can take a ridiculously long time to type anything in. On the bottom of the controller, you'll find a clickable touchpad, as well as volume controls, which control the sound on the TV as well as the plugged-in headphones. The Shield's 3GB of RAM and Tegra X1 processor keep things running smoothly, and the system was able to handle even the most graphically demanding games that I threw at it. Titles like Modern Combat 5, Asphalt 8, and Telltale's Game of Thrones series ran flawlessly with no dropped frames or stuttering. The Android TV user interface has a nice clean layout, and it's easy to find what you're looking for. The 3GB of RAM keeps everything running smoothly, and I experienced no problems with suspending and resuming applications. The top row of the interface is dedicated to all of your recently accessed content, like apps, games, YouTube videos, etc., and it'll also make suggestions on content it thinks you would enjoy. Unfortunately, it kept suggesting content that I had no interest in whatsoever, and there's no way to tell it that you don't like its suggestions. Hopefully this feature gets updated in the future to be more accurate. You'll need a GeForce graphics card to use the Shield's streaming features, but when you have everything set up correctly, it works really well. I tested this feature with my desktop PC, which has a GTX 660 Ti, and I didn't notice any lag or drop frames. I recorded some footage from Mortal Kombat 9 and Dirt Rally, both through the Shield's streaming functionality as well as natively on my desktop PC. The stream's video compression was noticeable on the Dirt 3 footage. That's to be expected in a racing game with fast 3D movement, and the game was still very playable. While playing Mortal Kombat 9, I couldn't notice any compression at all, and the game's 2D plane of movement works very well with this service. The NVIDIA Shield also has built-in Google Cast support, which allows you to cast content from your phone or tablet. And for me, this feature worked much better on the Shield than it did on my Chromecast or my Kindle Fire TV stick. The standard 16GB version of the NVIDIA Shield retails for $199, while a 500GB version retails for $299. If you plan on using the Shield mostly for streaming media content like Hulu and Netflix, then the 16GB version should be fine for you. However, the Shield is built from the ground up to provide the best Android gaming experience, and if you want to take advantage of its vast games library, then the 500GB model is recommended. If you want to play some of the most recent PC games but you don't have a capable desktop, then you can subscribe to NVIDIA's GeForce Now service, which costs about $7.99 a month and essentially works like a Netflix for games. There's about 50 games available on the service at the moment, with more coming soon, and the games are streamed in 1080p at 60 frames per second. If you're interested in picking up the Shield accessories, the metal stand will run you about $30, while the Shield remote costs $50. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this look at the NVIDIA Shield. Let me know your thoughts on the device in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video.